On. We're live. We're, we're live. Um, welcome. What's up, everybody? My name is Crimson Waters, aka Mitchell Best. Here with me, as usual, is Heavy Since 1911 and Monoshiro24, otherwise known as Cat.
Yo.
Today we'll be you with the fucking yos, bro. You just the yo.
I'm telling you, dude, her yo is a fucking mood.
It's not a mood.
Here, Monoshiro24,
no ifs, ands, or buts.
otherwise known as Cat. Yo. What do you mean?
Just yo.
I didn't even ask how you were doing. Yo.
So that's not a response. Yo isn't a response to how you're doing.
Oh, there was one podcast where she said yo for like 2 minutes long. I'm reviewing this shit. I hear yo, 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 yo.
So that's just
yo,
gonna
yo,
be it?
Yo, Heavy goes, that's a lot of yos. Yo, yo.
You just gonna put that on the t-shirt? Just that's it? Yo.
Hell yeah, we are. By the way, guys, merch coming soon.
Yo, I found a design shop actually nearby that's willing to go in and a deal with me. It's something I worked on. I actually walked out today and talked to them, so we about to see some things happen. Wow.
That will probably be our Pacifically.
I hate you guys so much.
And next one, she was being pacifically responsible.
I hate the both of you so much.
That should be the whole motto for this. Yo, be pacifically responsible.
Yes.
I hate you.
Wash
That's
your
fine.
damn hands.
Be salty. We want you to be salty.
I bet you do.
Wash your damn hands. Oh man. Today we'll be talking about fire. Well, basically the gaming industry is just burning, bro. It's just fucking. It's being run to the ground by greed, in politics, in corporate stupidity. But before we get into that, I actually wanted to ask you guys a question that can be answered without a yo.
You sure about this?
I am positive about this.
Okay.
Then again, if yo's a mood, it can answer anything. So I don't know.
Just
Kinda up there
ask.
with,
Just ask the question.
But what the fuck happened last podcast, bro? We sounded so fucking dead. I was rewatching it, and I was like, damn, we sound like we didn't want to be there.
I think it's because, like, last week was just... I don't know, for me it was just a rough week. Like, I was exhausted.
Same. I was just so busy, and not gonna lie, I was really tired last week. I almost didn't want to, and you said you forgot.
I completely fucking forgot, bro. Last week was a week. It was a fucking week, bro.
So, like, right now, it's like, we're all kind of fired up. We're all fucking salty, full of piss and vinegar, as us Texans like to say.
And we didn't have a topic last week at all. Not even one.
That's fair. That's fair. So we fucked up, and on behalf of all three of us, I'd like to apologize. Not for us being tired, but for being tired on stream. We should have just skipped it.
Yeah.
For that, I know I've been saying I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bring some gaming to the channel, actually, and hopefully, my partners here will bring some gaming to the channel at some point. I know it's gonna happen.
I mean, I do gotta work on the Titan for the channel, so...
And I will be getting a PC here very, very soon, actually. Me and the wife have actually figured out our finances to go ahead and do that and get the most powerful machine available today. So,
God, dude.
yeah, man, it's like $7,000
Jeez.
for the PC. That doesn't include the monitor, the keyboard, and the mouse, or any of that other stuff, or the external cooling systems or whatnot. That's just the machine.
Wait, so does that mean we're going to be doing Destiny on PC now?
I will be doing Destiny on PC very soon.
Oh, is it going to be PvP on PC? Like,
Nah,
I know
it's strictly PvE on PC. I am not doing player versus player.
Alright, cool. And I'm sorry, I know this isn't supposed to be part of the stream. We're just trying to get everything together because that caught me off guard. And I'm like, well, I want to cross-save anyway, so let's go, boys.
I may be moving to PC indefinitely here soon, depending on my experience. I love you PlayStation players, but I'm just tired of not having the things. Like, I want to play Among Us with our group.
Among Us?
Among Us. Just look up the game in your spare time it's so good. I wish I could like just pop it up on the screen here, but I know the second I like turn off the game or something, the share stops and it's stupid. I wish I had a capture card. Yeah. Anyway, way off track.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
I have been feeding these guys news all week just about random or seemingly random instances that have been happening in the gaming industry in the past couple months, and how the gaming companies we've come to know and love and trust have really been shit in the bed and stabbing us all in the back for money, essentially. And I had some sort of narrative like sort of brought up in my head about, you know, in the COVID world, you know, where everybody's buying up video games and consoles, it makes the perfect sense to start making money moves. And truthfully, it is. That's smart, right?
Yeah.
It's the time of gamers, essentially. You know, we are essentially making up the market and keeping the country going, I feel like, because we're home. No, don't fall. So, that being said, let's start off with Epic Games and Apple and Fortnite. Did anyone besides me look into that?
I did. I watched the video you sent, and I was like, wow. I was just telling Heavy, it was like, you know, gaming has gone downhill when the U.S. government gets involved in gaming companies.
Well, the U.S. government's always been involved in gaming, period. You know, gaming has been... People have been trying to censor gaming, just in the topic of censorship alone. Censor gaming since Miss Pac-Man.
I mean, that's a topic for an entire podcast, because I can go on for hours about that one.
True.
I mean, we could go ahead and go on about it. Like, listen,
it's
man,
just like
it's a loose
it's just like-
conversation.
it was just like, wow, people are getting sued for sexual harassment or races or non-equal work pay in their work environment. I'm like, really? Gaming? Yeah, and misleading the people with screenshots or gameplay of the games and it not being really accurate to what you're actually putting out. I was like, really? You guys are doing this just for money?
That's Ubisoft, that's Microsoft, Activision. Everybody's doing it now.
Yeah, everybody's putting out the cinematic trailers.
And it seemed like with each story I watched in that video, it was just linked to the big thing, more money. That's all it is. That's just natural greed. And I wonder if that's gonna be like. Do you guys think that will be like the down play of games just for their greed? Because they were real serious with this looting stuff, and how it connects to gambling and stuff, which is true. Like you said, it was absolutely true.
It's not going to lead to the downfall of gaming, but what it is going to lead to is an uprising from gamers. Like, if you really think about how these things are, you've got people already calling for boycotts of a lot of the AAA titles because the trailers don't equal what we're getting, and there are companies out there that are notorious for putting out amazing trailers and giving subpar products. Looking at you, Division 2.
Ooh.
Call them out. No, call them out. Like it's our job as gamers to make sure that we get a quality experience, you know?
Yes, and that is what's going to cause the uprising, is the fact that more and more of us are going to turn around and start calling out these companies for pushing broken, unfinished games onto us just so they can make a quick buck with microtransactions and expansions that are supposed to be part of year one, which, because game sales don't meet expectations, turn around and become a $20 expansion.
I mean, if we follow history, gamers did not complain that much when you got a full game.
Exactly.
Plain and simple. Don't give me a game and it's a quarter of a game. Like, when you're doing an MMO or an RPG, I understand expansions to a certain degree. But when when your expansion is, for instance, fighting games, why does an extra character cost me damn near $10?
Exactly. That was one of the things they brought up in the video. I was like that, and it connected to gambling. I said I'm the type of person who buys the deluxe or premium edition of games, so I don't have to, sit there and spend $10, $20, and $30 on each individual character or skin or packet what they have. Why doesn't that just come with the game itself? And then they keep adding on, and that's another $5 or $10 or $20 that keeps adding up through the entire year or so.
Well, that's also because we as gamers have allowed this.
Yeah, I think so too, because I think they know that some people, especially real hardcore gamers, they know they're gonna buy it for whatever game, whether it be fighting games or like Destiny or for Fallout or Call of Duty. You're gonna buy what you need to complete certain missions or gameplay for that particular game.
We as gamers have allowed this, and now, as much as I hate to say it, we're reaping what we have sown. We've let them get away with selling us, the classic skin of Scorpion in Mortal Kombat for $5.99. We've let them get away with selling us a story-based expansion that should have been in the original game for $15.99. Gaming as a community needs to come together and really start holding the developers accountable for putting out either broken or shit games. And I see it as that time is coming very soon.
So my question for you guys: do you think these lawsuits are justified then for these?
We haven't even gotten into the particulates of the lawsuit and why loot boxes is even considered gambling, or is being considered for the action of gambling.
Surprise mechanics.
It's not even surprise mechanics, because loot boxes are more than just an end-game thing. People can purchase a loot box in real life and get random items. So anything in the U.S. That has a value or a chance to win something extraordinary in the form and exchange of currency is considered looting. I'm not looting, gambling. So I give in a token. That token gives me $1,000, but it's a chance. You're exchanging currency for a prize, and it's a random chance. That's gambling. But loot boxes is the same thing. There are different tiers of loot boxes, different types of rewards, and different prizes. And because of that, people get addicted to it. This is end game, out game, whatever. Do you consider it gambling based off of that information?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where the court cases come in. Hey, you're selling me these loot boxes, and you didn't tell me that it's so similar to gambling that I'm spending my life's earnings on it. Personally, I think you're not all that in control of yourself if you're spending $1,000 on some fucking game loot boxes, but who am I to
I, I
talk?
was I was just about to ask you guys that. Do you think personal responsibility comes in to some of that equation with dealing with loot boxing and everything?
Oh God, yes. But
Because
at the
I
same
did.
time, you know, it's still
Because
gambling.
true, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think these companies should be telling people that this is linked to gambling and everything, but also the personal responsibility does come into play. Like Krim said, I said if you're spending about $1,000 on one loot box, you need to get better hold of your finances and your priorities.
She said, "You need
But
help." Help.
also but that also depends if gaming is literally your life and what you get paid to do. That's another thing. Well, yeah, you
Well,
do need help. You need lots of help if you're just the average person just spending $1,000.
I mean, if I had the excess income, fuck, trust me, I would. But you know, being as how I don't, so I don't really buy loot boxes.
I don't care for a loot box. If there's something I want, I'm not going to take a chance on it. That's me personally. But the
Oh, yeah.
bigger question here that I was going to say was, what makes it illegal gambling versus legal gambling? Like, how do we
think it's
know what they're
because-
doing is legal versus illegal?
Well, if you really kind of stop and look at it, what are some of the most profitable types of loot box games?
Wouldn't one of them be Destiny or like Call of Duty?
Destiny
Well,
doesn't have
Destiny
loot
doesn't
boxes.
have loot boxes.
Oh, forgive me, I was confusing it with another game.
They have products that you can earn.
Like,
But,
don't misunderstand. Destiny still has a lot of microtransactions.
If the microtransaction doesn't give you a chance to get something, you know?
Yeah. If you buy something in Destiny, like if I go to the Eververse store and I see a ship I want, and I spend real money, I know I'm getting that ship. That I have absolutely no problem with. I know what I'm getting. It's when it's like, what was it, Battlefront 2, I think it was, that had those loot boxes that you could earn through in-game play, but the grind was basically a full-time job.
Yeah.
Just to get one.
Just one of
And
them?
Just one of them. And the chances of getting anything decent out of it were so slim that, you know, it would be almost impossible to do it without spending real world money.
Yeah,
So-
pretty much.
That's kind of the difference. And I think a lot of what people are pushing out, especially with the loot boxes, is that they're pushing it as they're targeting the children.
Well,
It's
the
like,
child
well-
ain't got no money. They have no choice but to grind. Yeah, you know?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, well, you know, when little Tommy gets a hold of mommy's credit card, or mommy was stupid and left her credit card on little Timmy's PlayStation.
He calls
Yeah,
you
or what if the
stupid.
parents, or the parents that just supply their kid, if they ask mom this, and that, some parents just do be giving their kid access to money just to buy, the specifics for games.
Yeah, it's like, oh look, if I give little Jimmy $35, he'll play this and shut the hell up.
Not realizing that little Jimmy's gonna ask you for another $20.
Little Jimmy definitely gonna ask me for another $20, bro. If I know kids are addicted to whatever they get their little fucking paws on, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's where a lot of their quote-unquote concern and rage over loot boxes is coming from, because they're like, oh, well, they're targeting the children. It's like, well, be a
Don't
better
make it-
fucking parent.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
You know, you're so worried about how much money your kid is spending on fucking Fortnite. Well, watch what your kid's doing on Fortnite.
That's true, because I don't think you really know what you're investing in when you let your kids buy these games or convince you to buy these games for them. I don't think certain parents pay attention at all, because I'm a grown adult. My mom just saw me playing Mortal Kombat one day. I just jabbed the eye out of a player, and she walked away completely disturbed and said, "This is what you literally spend your money on." And I'm like, yes, I do.
Really? That's what you spend your money on? Jabbing eyeballs out? Fucking sicko.
Yes.
There's something wrong with you.
And then blood splattered everywhere. She was like, "Oh my god."
Fatalities are so clean. But
As they should be.
the case going on right now is I think 26 or 36. I could get that wrong. Your old man who is suing whatever industry, I don't have the particular what game it was, for spending $600 on loot boxes for the masterclass loot box and getting random rolls. And it's basically like, well, you know, it's gambling because I'm addicted to this. I want to know if I'm going to get something good or not. That's just a court case going around right now, and it's not one that I have a concrete story on or anything, because I didn't really look into that case too much. I feel like it's kind of dumb, personally, that you'd spend $600 for a chance to get something. That's just me. I think you're fucking stupid. Whoever did it, I think you're dumb. I'll just flat out say that.
I agree.
I would agree.
Oh boy, I can get an Iron Man. $600 later. Well, I'm $600 out, so you know, let me start putting my blame on someone else.
And I didn't even get Iron Man.
I knew I was spending this money, but because I spent so much of it, I want it back.
That's the thing too. I was trying to, you know, like, people shouldn't be able to just. I mean, you can't sue. You can sue anybody for anything, but I don't think you should have the expectation of thinking you're gonna win your court case due to these situations. The your responsibility takes into play. You know how much money you're spending. Why are you spending $6,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 on anything, and then you expect that you're gonna get it back somehow? Like like it was the game's fault? No, you know, as soon as you put your credit card information in, what you were doing.
Word, so you heard, Cat, be responsible.
Yep, be responsible.
But that leads me to the next court case, and that's in the case of Fortnite. Fortnite apparently is banned from the Apple Store, banned from the Apple algorithm, and Apple doesn't promote it anymore. They don't. It's completely gone. And Epic, in response to this, was like, well, fuck you. We're gonna sue you because it's our product and we want it sold on your store. I know that sounds dumb. I know it sounds dumb. But hear them out. Fortnite was being sold on Apple. Fortnite was being displayed and advertised by Apple. And because Fortnite, Epic Games found a way to not pay the 50% of revenue earned to Apple when you purchase Fortnite or anything on their store, Apple said, fuck you, we want your money. If we're not going to get it, you gotta go. To top that off, Epic has their own store. They sell Fortnite on their own store. They sell exclusives on their own store. Fortnite is one of the most popular games of this generation. Should have Epic responded with that? With the whole, I'm gonna sue you because this ain't right.
Ugh, that's
kind of a tough situation.
Yeah.
Because at one point I do understand Apple's point of view. If I'm letting you use my platform to sell your game and merchandise or whatever, I do expect some type of revenue or money from, you know, percentage from what you make, and to provide so I can continue to let you sell your stuff on my platform. But then again, with Fortnite, damn, jeez. I didn't.
It's a weird situation because, yeah, Fortnite may be one of the most popular games and one of the biggest revenue generating games possibly ever. And with Apple wanting 50% of Fortnite's revenue coming from that game through the App Store. Ah, God, it's weird because I want to be like, part of me wants to say, well, yeah, Apple kind of should because they're allowing it to be on that platform, but at the same time, I'm like, nobody said it had to be on Apple. Not to mention the fact that, you know, you could always go through the Epic Store and skip through it.
Yeah, that's true too. But I think they will both lose out on. Well, it's mostly Apple losing out on money, especially if they take their they can sell on their own site and through Epic, but it's more of a kind of a loss for Apple too.
The big thing about this, for me, is how it affects the little guy. Basically, what Epic is trying to do is monopolize the app industry currently by tackling a giant like Apple and toppling them. They basically say, hey, we're more fair. Bring your games, bring your apps to my store. And that's what's going to happen because human beings are sheep and they're fucking stupid.
I don't know, unless they fix some of the issues I've seen with from back in the day when Div 2 launched. His Epic Store was not really doing too well then.
Hey, heavy, listen. It's 2020, man.
Doesn't mean shit.
People, listen, Texans, I love y'all, and y'all headstrong, and you have your opinions, and y'all do your research for the most part. The average American eats burgers and watches TV, bro. They don't do shit, bro. I'm telling you. They're fucking dumb.
Then that's not my fucking problem. If people want to be dumb and use a buggy ass fucking system like the Epic Store, that's their own goddamn fault.
Now us, as longtime gamers, we know better. But the parents who don't care, we're just like, okay, here Timmy. Here Abdul.
Yeah, well that's...
Here CJ.
That's why fucking Kim and Karen need to do their fucking research and actually be fucking parents. Get off of fucking Facebook, stop posting your goddamn essential oil success stories, vaccinate your crotch goblins, and do your fucking job as parents.
He said, stop publishing your essential oil success stories.
No, what got me was crotch goblin. I have never heard a kid be called crotch goblin.
I have. Your essential oil success story, bro. That's a good one. Where's my pen and paper? I'm writing that shit down. Hold on.
That's hilarious.
Get this book ready. I just purchased this shit today because the other one went empty. I'm glad. I gotta open up this thing of pens.
I'm just like, that's all I'm saying is like these fucking parents. If they're not gonna do their fucking research, then both of them are being the fucking problem. It's not the fucking kid's fault. The kid is just doing what kids do and trying to be fucking cool and popular and have friends. Mom and dad need to fucking do their goddamn research.
That's true, because I just can't stand the parents who wait until after the fact. They either see something they don't like to complain about it. Well, I didn't know. Well, if you looked it up, you would know.
But,
what do you mean you don't? What do you mean you don't know?
Follow the fucking rating system, you fucking dumb bitch.
And holy shit! The conviction behind the word was so strong. It just
Were
threw me off.
were you holding that in for a while?
I gotta use the bathroom. He made me
I've been
laugh
wanting to
so
go
hard I have to
off
pee.
on fucking dipshit ass fucking parents, especially when it comes to video games for the longest fucking time.
Me too. I understand that. They like, oh my god, that was hilarious. The conviction. You don't ass fucking bitch. There was meaning behind that.
Like, fuck.
True, because it meant. No, continue. I'm sorry.
They turn around and they buy their fucking kid Rainbow Six Siege, and then they're clutching their goddamn pearls when they find out that little Timmy dumbfuck is some toxic ass piece of shit, dropping fucking racial slurs and homophobic slurs, then expecting to understand why he is the way he is, putting him in fucking psychology, or taking him to a psychiatrist. My bad. I'm pretty fucking salty right now, so I'm not going to be speaking in my normal fucking tone. And then they turn around and they're like, well, I don't know why my kid's such an asshole. Well, maybe because your kid's an asshole because you don't watch what he fucking does and you don't actually discipline him. Get him off of fucking Rainbow Six Siege, tell him that he shouldn't be dropping the F and N bombs, and then beat his fucking ass.
And he's still going on. Damn, I don't went, peed, and came back.
Yes.
You
Amen
mad, bro?
to that.
You fucking salty, homie.
Oh yes, next podcast, spankings. Are they necessary?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, they fucking are. Yo kid fucks up, get the belt.
But back to the point at hand. Seriously, I'm looking out for the little guy because what happens is Epic has a pretty big margin and influence on the Apple Store, and what's going to happen is all of those indie corporation and small app corporations, they're going to see a significant market drop from their profits on the Apple Store because Epic is gone because Apple is not seeing those profits. They're gonna have to release deals with, companies that just don't have the financial ability to keep up with Apple's ridiculous prices, to keep up with that 50% that they're taking from everybody else because such a giant is leaving the store, because Fortnite is gone. That's a whole 10% of the Apple, that was a whole 10% of the Apple market, the Apple app market at this time. It's huge, and it's gonna hit so hard for all of those developers who rely on the App Store to make money. And then they're not even suing Apple for a small amount of money. They're suing them for like almost $1 trillion. Like it's gonna hit hard.
Mm-hmm. It is.
That small court case, if Epic does win, reverberates throughout the entire gaming community. It's not just an Apple Epic problem at this point.
No, I get where you're coming from.
They know this. So this brings me back to the original question, like, should Apple have banned Fortnite and should have Epic Games responded the way they did, going as far to sell merch on Fortnite itself saying #stop the Apple ban?
I mean, to me, that's kind of petty. But since I'm not a game designer, I can't really say yes or no with that one. I honestly think that both Epic and Apple should have attempted to fucking negotiate some kind of a deal.
Right.
That would have been a little more beneficial to both parties. But as we were saying earlier, the greed and corporations, Apple wants that 50%. But I mean, technically, both parties want to keep that 50%.
Essential oils. Right.
So I think it could have been handled better. I think Epic is being very petty, but I also think Apple's being pretty fucking petty.
Mm-hmm.
I would say greedy too.
Yeah, well, that's both of them. That's both parties involved.
Yeah.
Letting their pride and their greed overrule everything. Which is kind of a hallmark of, what do you call it? Corporate America.
Mm-hmm. Now, the other thing that was brought up, Ubisoft. Activision. Ubisoft with all the sexual allegations going all the way to the top. Not paying employees properly. It being a revolving door for jobs. Activision Blizzard falling apart at the seams. I mean, there's whole websites dedicated to previous employees who have worked at these companies that give ratings and commentary and talk with other employees about their experience at these companies, and overall all of the feedback is negative, especially for Activision Blizzard.
Does not surprise me.
For such juggernauts in the gaming industry, what does this foretell for the future of gaming? To see Activision Blizzard with technology, with computers that they're actually developing our games on from the 1990s, with software so old that they break down and stall progress for weeks at a time.
That tells me that they are just like every other fucking company out there.
But
Yeah,
what
they
does
don't-
it say for gaming? The future of gaming. You know, Blizzard's not, it's not new. You know, it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
You know, the Blizzard games, you would see a Blizzard title, you would get excited because you knew it was going to be quality. And now, it's not. And you can't expect it to be. We
No.
grew up, I think, in the golden age of video games where if you saw a certain company attached to a game, you knew it was going to be amazing. Like how I feel about CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
When they release a game, I already know.
It's gonna be good.
It's going to be amazing. You're that antsy kid. I'm fucking grown. I'm an antsy kid in my seat. Cyberpunk! Cyberpunk! You know? Like... You know, I feel like there's a generation that doesn't get that excitement because of how our gaming companies are being run currently. And so, Kat, you first. What do you foresee in the future of gaming? Just based off of that one video you watched, based off of the conversation we're having today.
Well, I think that it's gonna go down. Me personally, I think it has a if nothing changes, it has the possibility of going downhill. Shut the fuck up. 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 Shut up. Shut up.
I'm just over here drinking my coffee.
I'm sorry.
Shut up.
I don't know that. Yeah, but it's great. I'm sorry.
No, continue.
No, I'm
Continue
good.
on.
I'm good.
No. Let this be more for your merch.
No.
You need this, right? Right?
Kat, listen. I need you to be responsible right now. Continue on with your opinion.
You know what?
I fucking love you guys.
So, about to log off. I have no opinion. I hate the both of you so much.
Trigger warning. Don't use the word responsible around Kat. She is not responsible enough to handle it.
I hate you so much.
Enough of my cheeseball comments. Go ahead.
Now to get my thought process back. I see it going downhill if nothing changes. Because just from what you just said, at all, from the sexual allegations and poor tech, obviously using technology from the 1990s. It just poor technology. Where could it go? Like, now people know that the quality of their games and everything, I just don't see it going well, or it's going to completely go downhill if nothing is changed at all. Oh God, I still hate you. I have to get my thought process back together.
Okay. She couldn't pacifically find out what she wanted to say, so we're gonna turn it over to Heavy here.
I'm. Go
After this,
straight to hell.
She's never gonna want to do another podcast with us after this.
Go Heavy, speak.
Now, I've said it many times before that gaming development in general needs to change. Companies have got to really dig deep and find the passion for video games again. I understand companies want to make a profit. I'm all for them making a profit. What they fail to realize is that gamers in general will give you a bigger profit when you have a development team that is, one, passionate about whatever game they're developing, whether it be a looter shooter like Destiny or a tactical stealth game like Splinter Cell. The more care and love that goes into development of that game will pay back dividends, which also means that companies need, and this is the part that I think will never happen, companies need to stop giving a fuck about their CEOs and what the CEO wants. The CEO, unless that CEO is a diehard fucking gamer, that CEO can go suck a fart out of a 45 caliber for all I give a fuck. I want a company that's actually going to turn around and be like, hey, we hear these complaints about this game. We see that we're working on a very similar game. Let's not make these mistakes. Let's invest our fucking profit into making having better setups for our developers, having a better work-life balance for our developers, not running through the crunch that every goddamn game seems to run through. Taking our time to cook the game to perfection. We know this part will never happen. At least not with our juggernaut game makers. We saw it with fucking Division 2. We saw, hell, Anthem was a prime example of what happens.
Anthem was such disappointment, man.
Prime example of what happens when a game company, BioWare, can't turn around and focus on making the game. When
Be fair, Anthem went into development hell so quickly, man.
Well, yeah, but see, that's also part of the problem is a lot of the developers, writers, directors, a lot of people involved in the making of Anthem left. And they all left for very specific reasons. It's not like it was just going, no, I want to go work for somebody else. No, they were like, I'm sick and tired of working for fucking EA.
Right.
I'm not against that. You know, EA needs to get a fucking big time reality check. Bigger than most people can assume. Wouldn't call for a boycott, because that's not going to happen. But EA's feet need to be held to the fucking fire. There might be a slight, video game depression again. It's not nearly as going to be as bad as '84 when the E.T. game almost killed the industry.
Like, you're going to bring that up? Are you going to bring that up?
Yes. I am going to bring that up.
Damn, sir. No chill.
But until we can turn around and start holding these mega corporations in video games accountable for giving us bullshit, which is going to be very hard because, gamers don't ever fucking unite.
Right. I was about to say. I was just about to be like, someone at some point in time is gonna go, well, what do you suggest that we do? We don't have any powers. They just make the games and we buy them. Like, how can we change it? My
We
guy.
have all the power.
When Sonic the Hedgehog looked like a crackhead on Elm Street.
The Sonic fandom is a very scary fandom.
Really?
They pressured the movie industry so hard, they redid the movie from the ground up. That's the power that us gamers have. That's the power that we have. We wanted a Destroy All Humans remake. We got it. The SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom speedrunning community made so much of an uproar in the gaming community that we got the rehydrated version of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom. When Warframe was a shit game, they took advice from the gaming community, and now it's one of the best looter shooter games in the world. Like, I can't stand when people say we have no options.
Yeah, gamers have all the power when it comes to this industry. We are the reason video game companies succeed or fail. If there is something we don't like, it is our fucking duty to hold the developers accountable. Whether it's, something as, I'm going to say trivial, but it's really not. But whether it's something as trivial as, a better reporting system for hackers, or whether it's, just a shit game with shit balancing. If it's a game that there's a community that's passionate for, we are the ones that can turn around and tell everybody, this is what needs to be done. And we need to hold every developer accountable. None of this bullshit of like, oh, well, it's EA, we can't do anything about it. The fuck we can't? Like, you get enough pissed off gamers together, EA will fucking quake in fear of us.
It's amazing how right you are about that. I'm going to be quite honest. People don't realize that your voice is extremely important. Extremely important. This actually kind of takes us into the politics region of gaming. Kat mentioned earlier that the government had to get involved in more ways than one. The government is doing full investigations into Ubisoft, into Microsoft, into Activision Blizzard. It's doing full investigations into even the tech companies that we use for our gaming laptops and computers, Lenovo, Alienware, all of that stuff. And I feel like a lot of the greed is coming from fear of what the government may do if they find anything incriminating against any of these companies. I feel like it's a race to see who's coming out on top.
Well, then, if they find something incriminating, well, guess what? Hold their asses accountable.
Yeah, I'm not disputing this. I completely agree.
It's like, I care nothing about how, oh my god, we could lose this company. That's fine.
But the company's worried about that.
Do you know what? I don't care. Fuck that company.
Oh, I completely agree.
If they want to sit there and they're going to be like, well, we're going to be scared. We're terrified that the government's investigating us, so let's jack up the prices and let's be dicks about it. Well, guess what? Now you just made every fucking gamer that, everybody who plays your games go, oh, fuck you. I hope the government does find something incriminating.
Well, they wouldn't really have to worry about that if you did nothing wrong. If they have nothing to go against you, you really shouldn't have to be worried at all. Why worry?
So you Guardians are all
You don't need to raise this. You don't need to raise the stakes on games or hike the prices on loot or anything like that. The government, if you're innocent, the government doesn't find anything. What are you so concerned about? Unless you're hiding something.
say what you want to say.
Hey, everybody's got something to hide. That's been a statement as old as time, I feel like.
Keep it together.
But it's true.
You know.
Well, if you got something to hide, don't be surprised when they bust you, especially if it's illegal.
That is true too.
My statements earlier were more akin to this line of code here. Gaming is supposed to be fun. Gaming is supposed to be an escape. Gaming is supposed to be where you go when life gets you down and you have nowhere else to go. And I think in the back of every gamer's head, even though it's not outwardly stated, this is something we all inherently understand. You know, I've met some of the best friends in my life through a microphone. I've never met Heavy, right?
Nope.
And granted, you're not one of the best friends of my life, but the possibility is there for that relationship to grow and get better. You're one of the first people that I disagree with on so many things. Too many things, man. Way too many. And it is surprising to me that we still get along. You know, I meet people in real life. I agree with everything. You know, yeah, you're right. And they still find a reason to, like, be a dick. You know, like... You know, it's nice to get on the mic and come back to people who are both realistic and different, but at the same time friendly and understanding. And for me, that's sort of what gaming, especially if you're a social gamer, that's what gaming is about for me. The friendships and bonds you develop with your character, with people you meet, with the universe you're in, all of that is important. And it all comes from the top. If the company who makes the game is breaking the immersion of them being a gaming company, it ruins the gaming experience for the gamers.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I'm 100% right there with you.
So when I say, oh, these companies are scared that if they find something, it's going to be over and that's why they're trying to get on top. Basically what they're doing is that they're breaking that immersion and they're turning gaming into politics, which is something that we're trying to escape. Something that we don't want to deal with in the video game world. Yeah, hold them accountable. I completely agree with that. But does that change anything? They've turned gaming into politics. They make gaming unfun. Will that change? You know, that I think that's the big overarching question when it comes to the sexual allegations and, you know, the people leaving the gaming industry because they're paying minimum wage to work 60-hour weeks, you know? Like, how does that make it fun for anyone?
Well, and see, that's why I said what I said. You know, there's got to be a huge paradigm shift. The company or the companies will always have to have, for lack of a better term, some serious fucking watchdogs on their ass.
Checking.
Okay.
You know,
Heard.
which is, to me, is actually kind of ironic considering you want to call somebody, I'm calling people watchdogs when I'm talking about Ubisoft.
The Watch Dogs. Man, that game could have been something phenomenal as well.
Let's not talk about that one. I'm still fucking scarred. But, you know, it's such a weird way to look at things, to want someone to be there to ensure one fair pay and a fair work-life balance and reasonable deadlines along with any kind of reasonable workload. When the consumers of your product are also insanely impatient.
I think that's the company's fault as well. You create that impatience. And I'm looking at you, especially Activision and Ubisoft, with your one game a year model for the developer companies. You're out of your fucking mind. Nobody is that skilled or that talented that they can produce a quality game in that amount of time. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. Exactly. Like my earlier point, let the developers take the time they need to ensure a game is complete and as bug and glitch free as possible.
But they won't do it.
They won't right now. But if we actually if we were able to band together and to put this in fucking gamer terms, if we were to band together and raid the ever-loving fuck out of Ubisoft and EA, I almost guarantee you shit would be a lot different.
They don't believe you, Heavy. They don't believe you.
Of course they don't.
They don't want to believe you. I'll put up a petition.
And yeah, we'll get like what? Maybe 100 signatures?
Oh, I put up a petition. I've gotten like 300 signatures to help development on Anthem and to make sure that they don't release the game until it's absolutely perfect. And they respond. BioWare responds. They care about Anthem a lot more than people know.
Oh, I know they do. It's EA that doesn't care.
Absolutely right. It's failure.
And it's actually kind of hilarious that EA wants to write Anthem off as a failure. To me, when let's be real. When Rainbow Six Siege first launched, it wasn't really that popular. There was a point where Rainbow Six Siege was pretty much considered a dead game, but Ubisoft was able to bring it back, and it's a hugely popular game now because they put time and effort into it. They worked on it, and they made it a success. I'm not saying that Rainbow Six Siege is perfect by any means.
What he's saying is that a game is like a baby, right? You give birth to it, and that little spit fuck is the most annoying little piece of shit that you ever met in your fucking life, and you really wish you didn't have it. But then it hits 18 and starts making money for you, and you're like, yeah. It was the right decision. That's not an actual analogy. Don't take me serious. I love kids.
Do you really?
I do. I love kids.
People just gotta realize that, there's going to be ups and downs with every game. It's up to the consumer to ensure that the developers and the developer's parent company, if there is one, are being held accountable to the point of, making sure that this game will be worth the price tag. Especially if you're paying $60, $70, $80, $100 for these different editions.
120 fucking bucks, bro.
Which is another thing that we need to change. Stop pushing out all these different editions where, $120, you get this skin, access to this 3 days early. Fuck that.
And that brings me to another point, and I'm gonna cut you off here, and I'm sorry about that. It leads me to another question. What do you think about and I think I might have asked this question before, I'm unsure. On launch day, paid battle passes,
I think it's bullshit.
paid cosmetics.
The paid cosmetics, I'm honestly not too pissed off about. You know, because it's not doing anything to affect gameplay. Now, battle passes, I think battle passes are absolute bullshit. I think paid season passes are absolute bullshit.
Division, I'm looking at you.
I'm definitely looking at fucking Division. You know, I think they're bullshit, but goddamn, I still spend the money, and that's my fault. Which, you know, come season 3, I probably won't. You know, I'm gonna actually start, you know, being the guy who practices what I preach. The rewards are bullshit. They're lackluster. They're unimaginative.
Yes, they are. Alert.
You know,
I'm detecting
I kind of
abnormal
think
theft activity in a local quadrant.
I kind of think Destiny has a pretty decent version of it, considering it's an RNG roll, but it drops at your level. I'm
Right.
still not 100% sold on it. I kind of think it would be better if the seasonal pass had more of a, you get the top tier through leveling and the bottom tier through certain objectives. I think that
Right.
would be a much better way to do things, especially considering how shit is in these games. You know, if you want to charge us for a season pass, well, don't charge us twice for it. Don't charge us for the fucking season, and then turn around and charge us for the battle pass.
Right.
I agree with that.
But, you know, battle passes to me are absolutely dog shit, and they need to really go away. Everything should be available in-game through almost all avenues.
That's true. I agree with that. Like, that's the point why I say again, I buy premium edition games, not the just standard version. I said at least let me buy this, despite how expensive it is. And again, that's my fault for spending lots of money on a game. But I was like, let me just get all the accessories and gameplay to this, so I don't have to do it later. But then like you said, you get upset when the game comes out and you have to, you know, buy a whole nother season pass. I was like, what was the point of me wasting my money the first time?
Yeah.
But, and then again, like you said, it's our fault because we still spend the money to get it, because I get disappointed in myself. I'm like, oh, I bought Mortal Kombat, the premium edition, for a reason, and yet I spend an extra $5 on a skin or something to the crypt or whatever. But that's my own fault, nobody else's. I know where I'm putting my money into.
And that's what they're counting on. They're using that to prey on all us consumers.
Oh, I wish I had some help. Trying to make this go heroic solo is so difficult.
I don't even know where you are. You left the team?
I'm on Nessus doing the pub,
Oh.
where you gotta stand on the plates.
Oh, the Vex.
Yeah.
But nah, I mean, there's so much wrong, and I know a lot of us. I know I sound like a fucking hypocrite because I'm over here buying the fucking battle pass for Div 2 and shit. But
Why would they leave these
You know,
places if they get so angry when anyone
the
steps
gaming
on them?
industry in and of itself is just like any other industry. They're going to prioritize profit over everything. Which is why it falls to us, the consumer, to make it a less profit-driven industry. It'll show them that they can make the profit through putting out good quality stuff.
Damn.
Like, I don't mind paying $25 for a full expansion of a video game. You know, I'm going to use Destiny as an example. I don't mind spending, you know, $60 for a year's worth of content.
Right.
If it comes out to be well done, continuation of the story of the entire game, and has enough to keep me occupied for however long that season is. Example of a company that did it wrong, Massive.
As inorganic networked intelligences, mechs are
You
not
know,
capable of digesting.
Warlords was supposed to continue the story.
Anyway, inorganic
Really
network intelligence.
did, but it wasn't a good continuation. Their
Right.
seasonal model doesn't continue the story very well. It's just a bunch of running the same shit. Now, granted, you can say the same thing about Destiny, but at least there are some modifiers that make it a little more interesting to play.
That's true. Man, I don't know. The gaming industry is so fucked, bro.
It is, and like I said, we are the ones that have to change it.
We've been on this topic a little while now, court cases and what to do about gaming and our opinions on the companies, and we've gone over a solution. Work the fuck together. Stop being a bunch of fucking piss ants and be real ants. Get the homies together and get the job done.
Yeah.
Now, there was something else that I had wanted to get your opinions on. I'm not sure if I put it in the chat. I know there was one day I was just spamming you guys. My apologies on that.
All good, bro.
Just give me a second here. Some salty gamers. Yes. There are rumors circulating very loud and actual experiments going on. They're trying to put TV ads in AAA game titles on console. You know, those things where you're watching your favorite anime and it interrupts and it goes, "Do you have menstrual problems?" Yeah, those type of ads.
I have heard about that, and if they do, gaming will die.
Why would you do that for gaming? Like, why? Why? What do you see that as being necessary?
Gaming will die like that. I'm calling it right now.
I already know the answer to this, but what do you think?
It's stupid. Can you imagine you're in the middle of your game about to win or trying to defeat the big boss or something, and then all of a sudden, do you have erection problems? What? Do you think? Why would I want this type of ad in the middle of my gameplay?
Oh,
It's
just
bad
imagine-
enough. It's bad enough you do this to television and YouTube
God.
oh my god!
It'd be
Why?
so horrible.
Why?
4-year-old Timmy is playing fucking Fortnite and, "Do you have erection problems?" Mom, what's an erection?
What are you up at 4 o'clock in the morning for?
Erection problems, Mom. God, man, that's just bad.
That's gonna be the worst thing ever, because you're gonna be sitting there and like you're gonna, and knowing them, they're gonna put it in the middle of fucking PvP.
If you
Like,
or
I'll
a
be
loved one.
Yeah, we're gonna be sitting here playing fucking Crucible one day, and then out of nowhere, we're gonna get the 1-800 number for hot local singles in your area.
Oh God, man. It's just a bad business model.
It's a horrible business model.
If you have burning, itching, scratching, any type of irritation within 24 hours, please call this number.
You know, but hey, we can honestly give it up to
God,
all
what
the
are they, the
fucking
Fast
modders
and the
out there.
Furious outside? Jesus.
we could give it up to the modders because knowing them, one of those assholes is gonna turn around and be like, "Hey, guess what? I made ad blocker."
And the company's gonna be like, okay, we'll just put ads on your PlayStation screens now.
And fucking then modders gonna make an ad blocker for that.
You're like, all right, we'll ad block your ad blocker.
I'm
This
just
is
gonna
a
get off
never-ending
gaming.
cycle.
It'll
I'll
never
just
end.
get. I'll just get off gaming completely. No one will enjoy it.
Yeah. Or they'll charge like $9.99 to get rid of ads, like a fucking mobile
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
You don't want ads on your screen? Here's an ad for
No.
that ad blocker. For $10.99, you can stop seeing ads like this that siphon the money away from the game that you spend $9,000 on.
Oh no, and it's not just a one-time payment. It's every month for $5.99 a month.
A subscription fee to
$9.99 a
get
month.
rid of ads. I can totally see that happening.
Oh, they already have it on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
$24.99 a month, monthly subscription to get YouTube Premium, I think. Oh, get the ad-free version. So I'm literally just paying you $30 a month to get rid of something that should have never happened in the first place.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then I feel
But
like when you watch YouTube now, it's more than just the YouTube ads because everybody has to give their plugins. You know, you get a Raid Shadows Legends commercial, and then 2 minutes into the video. Speaking of which, let's talk about today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Well, that's just one. Raid is like the most aggressive fucking games out there, pushing sponsorships on everybody.
It's just bad. So yeah, the consensus is no. I don't. Nobody wants TV ads in video games.
But
Sort of
no,
like
we don't.
reminds me of that Ali Wong skit where she's talking about Spotify and that you should upgrade to the ad-free version because if you're in the middle of sex and you're playing some good music, then the Allstate guy comes on.
I mean, for some people, that might actually be better.
Or turn on, yeah, I was gonna say.
For some people, it's just the way she said
can
it.
say
You're
s-
about to climax and you hear Allstate. Are you in good hands? And you're like, I was. I was until I heard you. I could see that whole joke. Allstate, are you in good hands? That commercial coming on just as you're about to fight the final boss, and you return and your super's gone in Destiny. You go, I was.
I can picture that. You're in the middle of fucking PvP.
And then you're pissed because you lost.
Yeah.
And then you're at risk of breaking your screen, your game, and then you have to be spending more money on a replacement, or especially if you don't have insurance.
Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'd scream.
So, we think it's stupid. Unnecessary. Why on earth would you think to do something like that? Well, that's easy. Money. I can only imagine this is for greed.
Oh, that's all it is. It's like more and more companies are actually understanding that there's a lot of money to be made in gaming, so now they want to be like, yeah, we're going to be hip and cool, and we're going to get involved in video games and put ads and everything. Fuck that.
A lot of companies won't touch it because it is labeled as, excuse me, it's labeled as a risk.
Well, good, it needs to be a fucking risk.
Because
If
they don't
anything-
know how the gaming community is going to react to a game product they make.
In an uproar. That would
Here
be
come-
the uproar.
Here come the pitchforks and torches.
But I feel like that's stupid logic because let's go with a popular car brand. Let's go with Toyota, right? Toyota makes a car. And let's just say it's following the gaming industry's model right now. If Toyota makes a car and they give you the front half of the car for $2,000 and it says next season if you pay enough money to the gas companies, you'll get the rest of it.
What?
You're gonna be like,
rest
well,
of
I have
it?
to drive to and from work. What the fuck am I gonna do with half a car? Of course you're going to get outraged. Of course people are going to be upset. And of course you're going to get mixed reactions. Some people might say, well, you know what? It is kind of like insurance because if you fuck up the car, they done gave you the whole car and wasted their money. I was like, no, you wasted your money. You spent $2,000 on something that doesn't even completely fucking work. The dash isn't even completely in the fucking car. Like,
It's like doesn't even have a gas gauge.
now, if Toyota made a car and it has all its safety features and, you know, it's probably the best model of the year, if not the generation, and it has everything it's supposed to have, and it's fully customizable, and that same car is $4,000, you probably won't get complaints from people, right?
You won't. You would get the word of mouth that that's such a great fucking vehicle. You'd probably sell more.
Like, you're not going to get as many naysayers, and you know you're going to get some because people are people, but like you definitely won't sell half a car to somebody. It just sounds dumb. The cat started laughing the second I say, "Oh, they sold you half a car for $2,000." The fuck are you gonna do with it? The fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Does it have front wheel drive? No. We'll work out that bug in a later patch. The fuck you mean?
Does it have airbags?
Who said anything about that? You just got half a car.
Yeah, it doesn't say what part of the half you got.
You know, you just got half a game.
Do I
mean,
have the part with the steering wheel?
They could. I mean, fuck. For all you know, that could be part of the half that's in DLC.
Right, the steering wheel is a customizable option, man. You
Or
have
is
to
it-
you have to
or is
deal with
that
our
so-
battle pass system. You got to
Or
reach
is that
level
sold
60.
separately?
Reach level 60 on your driver's license in order for you to actually get the steering wheel.
Really?
And you go, well, how do I get points? You have to drive the car, ma'am. You fucking dumb.
With no
How can
steering
I
wheel.
drive it with no front wheel drive, no steering wheel, the dashboard is half out, and half the fucking car is missing? That's gaming. Oh man, it's so beautiful. I love analogies.
And my next question would be, does it have pedals? Is there a gas pedal so I could start the car? Or
You'll
are
find that
kids-
you'll find that out on launch, ma'am.
Is that a year away or next week?
I don't know. We're
don't know
thinking
yet.
we're thinking holiday, but
It's coming out holiday 2021.
yeah, somewhere around there. But I already purchased the vehicle. Well, you know,
This sucks for you.
we may need to delay that. So probably holiday 2022. What do you mean holiday? There's so many holidays during the year. Yeah,
Which
just
holiday? Christmas, New Year's, Labor Day sale.
Starting to have fucking PTSD from fucking Sony teasing the PS5.
It's bad, man. The gaming industry is burning down. I feel like the leaders are a bunch of headless chickens who knows exactly what the fuck they're doing. Who and what the fuck they're doing. Apparently they're employees and they're definitely fucking the gamers.
And we're allowing it to happen.
They're definitely fucking the gamers.
You know, if that's all we got to do is we just have to come together, but I know we fucking won't.
Communities will come, like the Destiny community, if they want something. Oh my god, they're relentless.
Yeah, but the Destiny community is an entirely different breed from the gaming community in general.
That's fair. That's very fair.
I'm detecting
We are
Vex activity
insanely
in the local
passionate
quadrant.
about this game. Whereas most gamers
They're building something.
aren't. They're just like,
Calculating probability.
her, PvP, go burr.
Go burp.
Yes, they are.
Dude, what are you doing off the plate? Go to your fucking plate, bro. I don't need your help. Go to your fucking plate, bro. Dude.
He PvP or public event. it just, you know, as gamers, we just have to do better. It's just, it's simple, but it's so hard to do because everybody's got different interests and different ways of looking at it.
This is gonna be my last pub, bro. I can't. Oh, Cat's gone.
Cat's gone.
Our internet just fucking dipped. Continue.
We just have to be
They get so angry when anyone
more
says something.
intelligent as a gaming community. We need to
Right.
set aside all the bullshit about, you know, well, you don't count as a real gamer because you're you don't play Call of Duty or you don't play some fucking PvP focused game. Like, get that bullshit out of here. If you spend hours playing a game to grind out something, you're a fucking gamer. If you put on Super Mario and just play it to enjoy it, you're a fucking gamer.
Sorry about that.
That's a fun
It's all
fact.
It doesn't matter what game you play, what type of game you play, or how you play it. As long as you aren't fucking cheating or hacking, you're a fucking gamer.
I mean, even if you're cheating and hacking, you're still a gamer.
Yeah, you're just a scumbag gamer.
Yeah. You're like a top tier scumbag. Unless it's GTA, in which case everybody cheats.
Oh yeah, well that's just because it's GTA, and GTA was kind of built around being a scumbag.
I thought that was the point of GTA, using cheat codes and everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was built around being a scumbag. Not saying, you know, GTA isn't a great game. It was just built around being a scumbag.
Very true. Very true. The scummiest of bags.
Exactly.
But I feel like we've exhausted all our dialogue on this topic. There are more topics to come in the future. Please tune in to the Some Salty Gamers podcast every week, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard, so forth and so on. Go make the calculations yourself.
Damn.
He literally just went there.
Man, I'm not smart enough to do math for half the fucking population, dude. Like, we need to come together, but go fuck yourself if you want me to do math for you. I'm sorry.
We can come together, but just fuck you for math.
I got some math right now. Everybody come together and fix the gaming industry. Everybody. We don't need a number,
Yes.
just everybody do it.
Yes. Doesn't matter what you play or how you play it. We need to come together and start pushing these companies to be good, to be better.
That being said, I'm Crimson Waters, aka Metro Best. She's Monoshiro24. This is Heavy since 1911. If you have any shameless plugs you would like to plug in, please plug it in right now.
I'm about to plug in my phone.
Never
you.
forget today. Most, you know. Nope, not even gonna go there. Good night. I've been made fun of enough tonight. I'm still slightly salty about that. Still kind of salty. Good night.
Everybody, be responsible and wash your hands, please.
I hate you.
And make sure that you specifically sanitize your hands when you come back in the house before you touch everything.
Goodbye.
We love you all. Good night.